It may not seem like it on the surface, but there are a lot of similarities between great athletes and great actors. Both need a strong work ethic, a willingness to repeat the same activity again and again until it's perfected, a passion for the craft, and of course, talent and skill. 2022 finally saw the return of the spring musical at schools across the area, a chance to enthrall the masses with crowd-pleasing anthems, well-oiled choreography, and fun-filled performances for the first time in over 2 years. At Neuqua Valley, the theater department selected Grease as the show this spring, and the cast included several Wildcat athletes turned thespians. Juniors Dylan Sedgwick and Niamh Nugent, and freshmen Brooke Hennig and William Ledesma all play spring sports for Neuqua Valley, in addition to performing in the large ensemble of the 70s classic. Sedgwick is a varsity member of the Wildcat boys lacrosse team, Nugent runs track and field and cheers, Hennig is on the dance team and the freshman girls lacrosse team, while Ledesma plays freshman boys volleyball. Competing in high school athletics at the same time as being parts of the spring musical is no easy feat, especially when you factor daily schoolwork into the mix. But with these four, the long days of school, practice, games, and rehearsal is well worth the effort.
I absolutely love theater. I love performing. I love acting. I love singing. It's something that I want to do as a career. And, you know, with lacrosse especially, because lacrosse is a spring sport, and when it comes to musicals and such, they're usually in the spring. So balancing both of them, it's like you kind of got to sacrifice a lot of time, like with your friends, and you got to leave like halfway through one thing to the other. So it's a lot of time and it's a lot of commitment, but I'm willing to put in the effort, and it's just so much fun. I really enjoy it a lot.
Being in this atmosphere is so rewarding that like I'm gonna do it next year completely. Like I'm already so set on like being here, and I love being in the musical.
While Dylan Sedgwick's 6'6" frame has proven beneficial over the years on the football field or the lacrosse pitch, the junior thoroughly enjoys the unique advantages his size can bring to the stage.
Like in general, when people come up to me, they're like, "Oh, you must play basketball. You must do this. You must do that." And then I go, "Yes, I do all these things, but I also do acting, and I also do theater, and I also perform." And it surprises them a bit, and they're like, "Huh, interesting." And it definitely helps being this size on stage, because I mean, just for like myself, you can always see me. No, I'm never hidden behind anyone. I'm always just there. You can always see me. So it's really like, I always know that I have eyes on me, even no matter what character I'm playing or no matter what role I'm in. I always have eyes on me no matter what.
For Neuqua Valley Theater Department Chair Jonathan Pontarelli, a former high school athlete himself, athletes bring a lot of skills to the department and the shows throughout the year, despite their hectic schedules.
They have the work ethic, they have the drive and stamina to withstand longer rehearsals and things like that. You really get a strong work ethic from athletes, and it definitely translates to the stage and rubs off on their peers as well. So I would say those are the biggest aspects that I've seen.
There are many traits that have been developed through athletic performance that translate well towards being on stage or in front of a camera.
I think like pressure is like a big one, because like obviously you're very pressured during like lacrosse and dance to like get it perfect, and everyone's watching you, and if you mess up, like it's like the same as theater, like everyone's watching and you just have to like play it out.
The mindset, when you're in a game, you got to be focused, you got to be prepared, because if you mess up, it can mess up your whole team. Same thing in theater. If you mess something up on stage, everyone's going to notice it. Everyone's eyes are going to look directly at you if you mess up. So it's both. There's a lot of pressure, but it's still a lot of fun to do.
It's not just the spring that's busy for Niamh Nugent. In addition to theater and track, she's also a member of the cheerleading and speech teams at Neuqua, as well as numerous other clubs in the school.
I've learned a lot of like time management skills throughout doing all this stuff, but I don't think that I would give up any of it. And I think like people say like I overwork myself, but I really don't. And they might just like not be able to manage that themselves, but I think that it gives me a drive to do like all these things, is like staying involved and like being around all these people that like create such a positive environment. I think that I really flourish in it, and I like really like this environment of like heavy stress. I mean, not heavy stress, but just like doing multiple things at once.
It's the cooperation of teachers like Jonathan Pontarelli and the Neuqua Valley coaches working with these students to maneuver the scheduling obstacles and encouraging them to pursue their passions in a variety of areas.
if that commitment isn't maybe necessarily like you're at every rehearsal, especially when you're in a lacrosse practice or game, you need to take ownership and work on this stuff at home as well. We film a lot of our rehearsals, so then kids can work on choreo at home and they run their lines. And so ultimately it's like, we need you to come back to rehearsal when we have a scheduled time, and I always know what days students are showing up in that regard. But then we need progress, you know, and you're not going to get better. You know, I've made the connection to like basketball. You know, you're not going to get better at free throws just by just staring at the hoop. You know, you need the reps for sure. On top of it, it also hugely helps when we also have supportive coaches who are willing to work with us. And most of the time it works out really great.
So luckily for me, my director and my coach, they're both very nice people, and they allow me to sometimes miss practice and games and rehearsal to go together. And I kind of like try to split it 50-50 as much as I can. And it's hard, you know, to miss practice and rehearsal, but it's very fun.
What makes theater at Neuqua Valley and schools across the country so special is the opportunity to bring people together from a wide variety of backgrounds, experience, and skill levels to create something spectacular.
Yeah, it was really nice for me because I got super close with dance team and now theater and lacrosse, and they're all like different years, so it's not like just people my age that I'm talking to, it's just like everyone.
I love that students from all walks of life are involved in our show. We have veteran actors and dancers to then, hey, I've always played a sport, but hey, I have an opportunity and I really love the show. I can hold a note, I can sing, but it's great to see all walks of life. And I think it sends the positive message that you don't have to be one thing. Right? I think a lot of kids think, no, I am just an athlete. No, I just do this. I just do that. It's like, you can be multiple things.
I feel very like fit in theater because there are a lot of different people, and so you just find your place with everyone.
While the future is still wide open for these 4 Wildcats to decide which avenues to pursue, athletically, theatrically, or maybe neither, or maybe both, it's clear that right now the opportunity to perform for their school on the field and in shows like Grease has been nothing short of an incredible experience. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Justin Cornwell.